Welcome. Today is February 18th, 2012, and this is Two Player Review. I am Brian.
And I'm Robert.
And we are going to take 10 minutes of your time to review a game. This week's game is called Closure. It is from Closure Games, and it is an action puzzle platformer. Rob, first thoughts on this game?
I thought it was very good. I really like the art style. It's sort of first of all, we played the Flash version, and there's going to be, I think, a PSN version coming out somewhere down the line.
Correct.
And I'm assuming that the art is going to be different. But the Flash version, the art is very pretty. It's got this sort of like sketch style, and it works. It works because it's sort of, the game is about where the light shines. That whatever you see is the platform. So then there's gonna be shadow areas where that's not a platform. So if you move to the shadow area, you fall through it. So the whole sketchy look makes it look a little bit shadowy world, and how it flickers according to the light source, and it works very well. What do you think?
I think that you're absolutely right in saying that the art works well. I hope when it does come out on PSN, they don't change that art style up too much, because it gave it an environmental feel,
right,
that made the game work, along with the soundtrack. I mean, as simple as the soundtrack was, between that and the soundtrack and the artistic feel, it just worked perfectly together. And frankly speaking, I thought it was a very creative game.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely loved the game. I'm wondering if games are making me dumb, because it's another game that, I played, and I got to a stage and I went, why can't I get past this? It's pretty simple, but for whatever reason, I can't get past it. Right. So,
there's one small problem I have with it, is that there's only pretty much one solution to every single problem that you see, and it's done in a way that it's sort of, it's like trial and error. You have to sort of find that one way where everything is solved. But for example, if you fall down some ledge, and then you just have to restart. I mean, I think they even have a restart button, because it happens so often that they make a button for you to restart the level. It's just that sort of stops the motion of trying to figure out the puzzle. And in the case, like, okay, I just failed, so I have to restart it, and that's just kind of annoying to me. Whereas the game we played before, the fourth wall, is, even if you don't get it right away, you can still keep figuring out the puzzle until you eventually lead to a solution. This is, if you make a choice, you have to either start over, or you make the right choice. So it's sort of trial and error in that sort of regard, and I kind of didn't really like that. Other than that, though, it's pretty good.
I actually enjoyed that trial and error part, because I have an analytical brain. Mm-hmm. So every time I feel as though the stage that I'm on, every time I fail, I feel as though I'm getting closer and closer to the answer, and I know I'm right there. But
but the problem is, so you fail in this section of the level, but then you don't see what's coming next. So it's sort of like what you said, where you try and error each portion. So I get closer to solving the solution, but each time you fail, you have to basically restart it.
And that's, to me, that's fine, because for me, it just seems like you're learning from your mistakes. So you go through that portion that much quicker. The issue I have with the trial and error is that the game is broken a little bit. So the very edges, if you drop, say, a dark ball or a light ball right at the very edge, and you try to jump, and then you go back to that to do that whole thing over again, you can literally end up being half an inch from where you were the last time.
Right.
So from that aspect of trial and error, that part of it is broke because you end up doing the exact same thing you were doing, only you're inching along versus making gradual or any real progress with it.
Right. I really like the idea of you can control the placement of the light, and wherever that light shines, that is the platforming level. I think that's super brilliant, and especially the part where the levels actually move.
Correct.
And then you can place a light source on a platform that's moving, and then that gives it, changes the whole level design, every second, and then you have to basically maneuver through that design as the light is moving. So I think I'm making it sound more complicated than it is, but it's brilliant, and I think I'm glad that we played this week. It was great.
I will go brilliant with you. Playing that idea of playing with the shadows of where you are, to me, is something that I haven't seen in a game, something that innovative in years.
Right.
So I'm extremely happy with that aspect of it, and I hope that's not my cat again. Sorry, but we're back to last week. But anyway, I like the game. Last week, I believe that you asked on the fourth wall, would you pay for it, or how much would you pay for it? And I said the fourth wall, I wouldn't pay anything for. Closure, I would definitely pay money for, and I'd probably pay as much as $5, depending on the amount of levels and content that was there.
Right. Well, I think that I would definitely recommend the game as it is right now, but I got it as $10. I think I'd probably go with $10 instead of just $5.
I wouldn't argue with 10. I'd probably pay the 10, but I'm a consumer hoping that you make it cheap for me because I want things to be cheap.
So free, make it free, man.
I'm not going to say free. I'm willing to pay for this effort.
Right.
What they did is they put a whole lot of ambiance in a game that is very simple.
Yeah, and it's a simple, straightforward, straight platform puzzle games, and I enjoyed it, so highly recommend it.
We recommend that you go to closuregame.com and hop on, get a chance to play it, and I hope you enjoy it as much as we have, because to me it's been an absolute pleasure to play.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
Yep. All right.
So that's all the time that we have for you today. Hope you enjoyed this little 10-minute podcast out of your life and got a good game out of it. I am Brian, and we will talk to you next week with another indie game or Kingdom of Amalur. Not sure.
Yeah.
Not sure, so it'll be a surprise.
All right.
All right?
All right, talk to you later.
Yep,
Bye-bye.
bye.